Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Dima Watermelon.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Yes, Dima Watermelon is in the house.
In the house.
In the house. What is it?
You were just saying that you could see me cringe at your surname. You're like, Watermelon is how people know me. Yeah. And you were like, Anna, it's not cringe. Don't cringe. Don't be like that. I like it. It's how I feel inside. How do you feel like a watermelon inside?
No, I feel like it's empty. It's a lot of nothing, you know, like a lot of water.
A lot of mushy.
A lot of water, a lot of this like consistency. No, but this is my surname. My surname means watermelon in Arbuzin. Arbuz means watermelon.
Really?
Yeah, literally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. People don't know it, and then they say, "Why is it watermelon?" Like, no, there is a story behind it.
I was just like, Dima's taken too many drugs.
No. No, it's actually because my stage name, right? Arbuz was Dima Arbuz. In Arbuz, I was writing like booze.
Yep, like.
But then it was too complicated. People don't get it.
Yep.
And then it's like Arbuz for English speakers. For you.
Yes, I am an English speaker.
Yeah, exactly.
You said that with pity. You're like for you.
No, but just to give you an example, we don't need to. Arbuzin, it's hard to pronounce, so it always goes like Dima Arbuz, Dima. You know, people mispronounce your surname. It's people don't understand in the audience. Well, who is this? Like Dima. Dima is easy, but then, and then if you can go with any name in stage names, and watermelon, I thought about it, and watermelon means literally what it means, and it's a nice branding kind of. People will remember you.
People will definitely remember that.
Yeah,
name.
exactly. Dima Watermelon.
But I am gonna start like if I bring you up on stage, I'll be like watermelon.
No,
I'm gonna mispronounce watermelon.
No, you can do whatever you want. It's like. It won't make any difference because.
But what like your family had something to? Oh no, hold on. So your name, you made it simpler, your surname, and so you made it simpler into the word for watermelon in Ukrainian, or yeah.
Yes.
And but your actual surname isn't watermelon. It's like you simplified it to what sounds like
watermelonish. It's like the ending you add to make a surname. You know, like Johansson. So son means that it's like son of Johan, but
you're son of watermelon.
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. So my grandfather, he started growing watermelons. You know.
Really?
I don't know. I think it's people who are trading watermelons because this comes from the middle of Russia, from Siberia, from that region. And my father.
And watermelon was like a.
I think they didn't have watermelons. Like people who were trading watermelons, but this is my assumption. I don't know what it means.
Do you want to move here so you make less noise on the couch?
Yeah, but it's not because I just move a lot. Just like
sorry.
like the action.
I like the action too. I'm just gonna bring it back. Also, we started talking about something before we started recording, which was I was one of the first people on your podcast?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, everyone was was the first people on my podcast because there were like only 6 episodes.
Yes.
So everyone can relate, but I think you were like second or first, not first, but third.
First or second or third, yeah. Because I remember
maybe third. Yeah, third is good.
I think I just started, I just bought the equipment for this one, which the equipment I'm not using at the moment. But I remember when I came over to your apartment, I was very impressed by your apartment. Do you still live there?
Yeah, I still live
there. Good. That's a great apartment. And I remember you had the whole setup, and then you were like, Anna, I got you apple juice because you often like suck your teeth, and I noticed that in your podcast. I had started my podcast, I've noticed that in podcast episodes with you that you make this noise. I'm not going to edit that out, by the way. And so I got you apple juice because I researched it, Anna, and if you drink apple juice, it should stop it. And then I was so self-conscious of making this noise. But it was good because no one had ever talked about it before. And so now I make that noise very rarely in both podcasts and on stage. Thank you for making me self-conscious.
Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. I don't remember. Actually, now I remember when you mentioned it, but I forgot it. But I think, back then when I was starting my podcast, because I was listening to myself, and I noticed that I do a lot of like and then or some other noises or but. So especially as a not native English speaker, and it's really. you can hear it when you hear yourself. So I needed to edit it. So the idea was that I needed to research. You need to have a bit of lemon or apple juice or something like.
I really thought you just did all of that to make me more like that. Apple juice wasn't a
You
solution.
thought it was a mind game,
was
so I
mind game.
threw you off before the end. Like you're like some important politician, and I want to like call you out. Like we will dig very deep, you know, to get what she's hiding. What is Anna hiding?
I got her apple juice. I told her it was apple juice.
No, it's not that deep. It's like because I was listening to myself and I was doing this, so then I was kind of trying to. Because you're right, if you don't do these noises, you probably don't need to edit that much.
Exactly.
And then you become, and it's easier for people to listen because no one wants to listen to shitty.
No. And I have noticed a bit of a trend though, or at least there's two. I know that I used to do it a lot, but also there's been two other Australians, and I wonder if I think it's quite an Australian, like it's a huge generalization, but I think it might be a bit of an Australian thing to do, to sort of break up your speech with that sucking teeth noise. And I think because a few other Australian people that I've had on my podcast, I've needed to go through and edit it. Like they've done it so many times that it's been like
maybe something with a tongue position, you know, something how you pronounce it. Yeah, the Aussie, like how do you call it?
I think it's just part of the speaking culture.
Yeah, but everyone has a deal. Like some people say like a lot. So but I usually have something, but I change it every time.
Okay.
So but no, it depends on what I was inspired lately, or if I hear someone. I don't know. It's like
yeah, I definitely say like more often than I'd like to.
Like or but no, or you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Or
Yeah. Or you hear it with hosts, for example. You'll hear someone say amazing or beautiful or excellent. You know, a lot when they're doing crowd work and.
But this is a difference. Also, when you do like hosting or even stand up, this is a difference which separates like really good act from like some like open micer comedian who just doing you can see you can cut half of this guys. So anyway, and then it feels like tight, even though it's the same jokes.
Absolutely.
But because it's so precise and condensed, there's flow to it, so you accept it better.
Cutting the fat is super important, but I just felt like that was a nice little, closing the circle. Me making you move on the couch, so you're making less noise with the couch. Same with my my mouth clicks. Now it's all been done. Nice. Yes. So you were in New York recently doing stand-up in New York.
Yes.
That's so exciting, dude.
That was cool, but also that was fun experience. So I wanted to go to see how it's done in America. Basically, but no, I just saw very cheap tickets on Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can now fly to New York. I think 100 euros one way.
What?
Yeah, but without baggage. So my tickets were I think 400 both ways. But it's like with a meal included already and with baggage, so like you can get cheaper option.
Okay, but 400 return.
Yeah, return.
Wow, that's so good.
Exactly. And I was like, I knew that I won't have like a day job this time, so I can go there and check it out, and then I already had US visa from before.
Oh, really?
Which I got like for 10 years in 2016 back.
Fuck yeah.
And I just went there once, so I knew, okay, I want to use my visa because it's still running, and then now I do stand-up, so I've never been to New York. And tickets. There are things words that...
Tickets is cheap tickets, right?
Tickets are cheap, so it was like, okay, and I wanted to go check it out, the city, so it was like all aligned, and I had an opportunity to go there. So.
When you say you had a visa for the US, is that just entry, or could you also work there?
No, it's tourist visa.
Okay.
No, just visiting.
Yeah.
And then you go. I went for months because it's cheap. You can sublet a room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for months. Then it's like you don't need to pay for the hotel, hostel.
That's true. So you could sublet a room.
In Berlin, it's the same. You go to the Facebook or some like Craigslist.
I suppose, yeah. Well, whenever I subletted, I always just did it through Airbnb.
Yeah, in the end, I found it through Airbnb, but usually if you sublet directly from Craigslist, the price is cheaper. Yeah. But Airbnb also has the same.
But you might also die, yeah.
No, I mean, you can see usually, it's a lot of scams there, but you can also feel that when it's real. I don't know, I was subletting apartment quite a lot through Facebook, and it was never any problem.
Really?
Yeah, because Airbnb is like, it's kind of illegal, You need
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
apply
Whereas
for
Facebook.
But Facebook is fine, guys.
How is that? Is it because you feel safer using Facebook because there's like less of a trace, whereas Airbnb is officially illegal?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
definitely, and they can share the data, and then if you like earn money and don't pay, it's not about you making money illegally. It's about not paying taxes from them.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they can get you, and like I heard stories that they like
Really get you.
reveal this data through Airbnb. They kind of resist to give this data to German authorities, but they gave like from 2014, 2016, so that it's like it can like get you later.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So in 5 years they can find you, especially in like there were like problems that people pay less taxes during pandemic, so they were going after, usually they don't care, but
Yeah, but yes.
if they need money, they would like, okay, where can we get more money?
And then they'll look into it and they'll be like, yes, you subletted back in 2018, you're done. Okay, interesting, because I do have my own apartment, and subletting it when I go away would be cool. So Facebook's the way to go.
Facebook groups, yeah. You just post it. Usually it's like half a day.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Because have you seen how expensive are hotels? Have you seen how expensive are?
No.
It's very expensive.
It's very expensive?
It's very expensive, especially now after pandemic. It's like Berlin. Even Airbnb is legal ones, like 100 euro per night. Probably.
Really? Oh, okay. I
mean, I don't know now the prices, but it grew up. Like I knew it was 60 euro per night or something.
In terms of security, though, I know that this is so like adults only, like very adult. Okay, we're doing business here.
How do you make sure you sublet your room illegally to trustworthy people?
Exactly. Well, definitely use Facebook because they have zero. Like what kind of. And they're not going to release your messages. They can't release your messages.
There is no paper trail. There is nothing.
There's no paper trail. No. So what I wanted to check was in terms of making an agreement with the subletter, would they have you always felt secure that they're not going to fuck you over with cleaning or anything in your apartment?
I mean, I don't know.
Because you've got a nice apartment, so I trust your experience.
Yeah, but also you can feel it from a person. Of course,
Yeah.
if there is some guy. No offense from Balkan countries, writing you in broken German, hey, Anmeldung möglich. And on his avatar, he studied with a gun. On his profile picture, it literally was the case.
No,
he's
been like, can I register in your apartment holding a gun in his profile photo?
Holding his
my
gun,
God.
he's bald and he was a chain, and you can see he's like with some carpet, some like very obnoxious Balkan Albanian guy.
Fantastic.
Who is looking for place. Of course you're not continuing, you're not replying to him, but
you'll share his profile to me so I can meet him at least.
But there are people who write you, hey, my parents come in, so we live here and here, so you can feel immediately that it's like some
decent person.
Decent people. They should have nice Facebook profiles. It's basically like Black Mirror episode. You check them online.
For sure.
Online, you a bit to do research of their social media, how they look, if it's a real person, what their life is about, and if they look fine, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And usually people are much more appreciative of this. Even like I know people who burn my kettle, and they replaced my kettle with much better one.
Oh, I should do this just to get better new appliances.
One guy left me like a bottle of wine and a candies, cents for a stay, and it was so much because people appreciate it. You give them a discount.
Yeah.
It's not for basically. You're not making money. It's just
I just want to cover my rent.
Yeah, it's just to pay the rent while I'm traveling. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of. I don't make any other money. It's just what goes directly to rent. So. It's nice for both parts, but you need to take a bit of a risk. This is like without trust. I don't know. I felt always you can trust people, and most of the people are fine.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna do this next time I go to Australia, for example, for the comedy festivals. I could even do it whilst I go away to Edinburgh. Are you gonna go and do Edinburgh?
No, unfortunately not. Are you going?
Yes.
No.
I'm going to Edinburgh! I haven't
get a
actually
full
announced
run?
it. No, I'm not doing a full run. The thing is, I've still got this corporate job, but I don't know what's happening with it. But this corporate job usually means at the start of the month, I only need to go away for like 1 day, but I go to Munich for 1 day at the start of the month to do it's basically I film a commercial. I'm like a host on a commercial thing. And so I didn't want to be unavailable for the first 2 weeks of the month. So I'm doing, and also I've got a lot of shows in Berlin. So I'm just doing the last 2 weeks of Edinburgh.
Nice. Which from Laughing? Was it Laughing Horse?
Yeah, I'm doing Laughing Horse.
Which venue?
City Cafe.
Nice.
Nice.
But it's nice because it's small.
Yeah.
And it's next to So the room itself is a bit dodgy because it's in the basement karaoke room.
There's 3 rooms, no?
Yeah, I think there are 3 rooms.
I've got Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
No, I don't remember which one is
There's
which.
Hollywood, Las Vegas.
Yeah, but
and
they
another
all
one.
pretty the same, pretty
Yeah.
similar, easy to feel. So the laughter will be very contagious.
Yeah, nice.
It gets a bit
Hot?
Hot might be, depends on the weather, but it's good because it's next to Monkey Barrel, which
Okay.
is like a famous comedy club, which
Yeah.
do a lot of shows. So there are a lot of walk-ins you will get through people who don't get to the Monkey Barrel shows.
Yeah.
So there were always a lot of people, so it's very easy
Exactly.
to feel, and it's like a safe choice to get a full room and do shows.
The thing is, though, I do have the 1 a.m. slot.
But it's still people.
Exactly.
Call 1 a.m. Okay, it's the night.
Yeah.
Still people can out there.
I still think I'll work hard to fill it, and I will be flyering outside. Like, I'll probably be doing spots as well, but I will be flyering to, like, in the sort of hours beforehand to try and fill it. But yeah, I'm excited because I wanted that one because it's in the center, like, of the old town. And I didn't want to be in the new town, and I didn't want to be a bit outside. I wanted to be in the middle of it
No,
all.
that's a good location.
And
It's
nighttime as well. I need it late at night because my show is called Cream Pie Curious. So it's like the other spots were like 10:30 in the morning or midday or 1 p.m. And I was like, I'm not going to get people into my show. Like, I could, but I don't want to be performing my show. Oopsies. At fucking midday. Like, no way. But are you going to go next year? You've done it before.
Yeah, I did. But we did one-time show last year with Pavlo, this from Ukraine, with Love's show. No, it was cool. It was fun. But yeah, this year actually, I wanted to go for the full run, but then I applied a bit later because I was traveling. I wasn't like really lazy to apply in January.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't get it in the first card, and then he
Yeah.
sent me this like leftover, like 1 a.m. spots, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that because otherwise it's just losing money.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's cool, but like last year, like it's pretty expensive to be there. So if you don't do it smart, it's easy. I mean, it's fun to go once, but then next time I don't want to go there I already saw it. You know, and it's,
Next time you need to go with a strategy
yeah, I want to go with a
make
strategy
money.
to or at least break even.
Yeah.
So it should be smart. I should have like, or you produce 2 shows. Usually,
Yes.
this is what people say that you
Yeah,
break even, or it should be really one well promoted one show.
Yeah.
You can do it, but then you need a bigger room, maybe like 40 people, and then make sure that people find you. So yeah, it's you need to more. So I'm not really upset.
Yeah.
That much, even though like I had a cheap accommodation for money, so that was nice. But otherwise, no. Next year I will try to do it properly.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, yeah. I really wanted to do it because I did the Adelaide Fringe, then the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
How was Melbourne?
Melbourne was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I heard it's good. It's one of the famous ones. Right?
It's a solid festival. Next time I'm going to do the full run.
No, full run is what it is because I also went. Yeah, we went one time show, but if you're not there for the full run, what are you doing? It's like fun. It's not. I mean, it's still nice, but then full run gives you this experience, and you can craft your hour, really work on it, and you can meet people. So it's like you really need. Now I get it. Like you need to be there for a month.
Yeah.
Because it's also a lot of connections on this like reviews or whatever. Like it's basically by chance. So the more time you're there, the more opportunities you have to meet the right people or to get noticed or to get something connection. If you're there just for like a couple of days, it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's so much going on.
I was there just for the first 2 weeks of the festival in Melbourne, and the venue that I was able to get, it was quite difficult getting a venue, but now that I've done it once before, I think it'll be easier the next time. But I did a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, first and second week of the festival. So I only did 6 shows. But it was because I also in Melbourne, like I was also wanting to spend time with family and friends, and so it was, it's not just going to a festival; it's like going to my hometown. So it's a lot of that. But next time I'm looking forward to doing like a full run. I think that'll be like probably.
Is it also a month, this festival?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's a month. But I broke even, which is great, and same with Adelaide Fringe. If I don't include the flights,
No. Of course,
yeah, because the flights to Australia are insane. But yeah, I'm excited to do like 14 shows because in Adelaide I did 12 shows, eight solos, and I ran a second show which was an open mic. So I did 12 shows in Adelaide, and then just 6 shows. But I'm excited to do 14 of my hours like in a row at Edinburgh, and that's going to be really
Nice.
like
No, it's funny. It's a lot. Yeah, you need to really be dedicated because it's a lot of energy.
that's it. Yeah, and I just think like already I feel like my solo has gotten to the point where I'm like it's like I'm so happy with it, and it's exactly like I'm proud of it. But I didn't get the thing was with Melbourne and Adelaide, I had wanted to get good footage, but with filming when you're a self-produced person like. That was why I really wanted to go to Edinburgh as well because I didn't get any good footage. Like I really like my tripod was too far away. I wasn't using the lapel mics, all of these things. So going to Edinburgh, it'll be a smaller room. The plan is to get a good cut of each one of my jokes in my solo so I can then put it up online and then kind of retire it. And then I start working on my next solo.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, you can get probably better footage if you do produce it in Berlin, the show, and you say that it's like special taping.
Yeah.
And people will show up, and then you can have the best room. You can choose your room here because yes,
Yeah.
that room is like it's alright, but it won't be as authentic, as good as you would do it in some venues in Berlin. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I'll see what I get. But also, I am thinking like, if I really wanted to do it well, if I get lucky with some money, then it would be nice to actually like pay a film crew and get a really nicely filled room, a nice good sort of I'd say like a basement, and like film it well where it's like the laughter will really and have like two people filming it, like actually get a couple of angles.
But you need, yeah, it's not. I mean, it kind of relatively easy to do it adequately good with a low cost. You don't need to. You just need two cameras.
Just two cameras.
And that's it, right? And then just edit and maybe some intro, outro. So it's not. Yeah,
it's very possible.
No, it's a good idea. It's what you need to do because now I'm like I want to start my solo hour as well, and like in autumn I want to take it on the road a bit in Europe. So yeah, that's also the plan to go tour with it, do it like enough times and then film it at some point, maybe even in Berlin, like at Caracas, for example, right?
Yeah. I'm excited to. I think at the end of the year, depending on how I get this footage, I then want to be touring with my solo, but also like whatever city I go to, I book 2 nights at least, and I do my work in progress, my new solo and my old solo. So do 2 shows in each city that I go to, and excited to do that because I'm excited to craft my new solo. But yes, anyway, this is all the comedy admin shit. Let's talk about sex or drugs or no, let's not talk about death. You're married. You've been married for how long?
How long? Like almost 2 years. Yeah, it will be 2 years
Wow.
next month.
Do you guys celebrate your anniversaries?
Like yeah, we do some. I don't know what we did last year, to be honest. But it's not. I mean, it's not that we celebrate. There were a lot of days. It's not so deep. You know, no, but you know what I mean. It's like it's
I thought of a roast for you in the shower this morning, but it's pretty mean. Can I roast you?
Yeah.
I've met your wife, and this morning I was in the shower and I thought she has to be an orphan because no parents would allow her to marry you.
No, but this is your perception on me. Like you cannot say that in the beginning you made to my house and you like the apartment and then.
I think you're a good dude.
But yeah, no, she's definitely out of my league. That's not even questionable. I think I got lucky a lot.
It's so great though. It's so lovely. Like that you guys are married and you're happy together, and like I just don't see that like I do see that, but. Yeah, you guys. I'm really happy for you that you've got a partner and like.
Thank you. No, it was a luck, I guess. In Berlin, it was a luck.
How did you meet?
By Tinder. It was a Tinder date originally. But yeah, no, it was from the beginning. It was a chemistry, and we did like on our first date. We did a lot of drugs together.
Aww.
And it was we just felt like that. We want to do more drugs. Together the next day, Sometimes it happens, and then I just went to South Africa, and then she came to Berlin, and then it started. Then she moved to Berlin to find a job here and working with. And we went through the pandemic together. I think on the second year of pandemic, we got married. So you know that it works when you can go through pandemic together.
Yeah, totally. That's fucking cool.
But I don't know. I think people. Over complicate these things.
Yes,
Like
okay.
find the right person to find. No, you choose with whom do you want to be, and then you work towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about like Mr. One or someone perfect or like someone who will fit. No, it's like you know that you're fucked up. You know, it's like about making it work and like immediately. Okay, I want to be with this person.
Yeah. My philosophy on love continues to develop and change. Like, you know, it's been. How old are you?
32.
32. Okay, I'm 36, and I don't know. Like the last 4 years, I've so until I was 32, I was pretty much in long-term relationships after another. Like 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, 3 years. You know. And the last 4 years have been, you know, me being single and or me dating a lot and learning, changing my perception around things and being in this different culture. And I don't know where I stand right now with love, but like, for example, I don't know. I'm starting to, like, I've gotten very good at just like, I've gotten a lot better at not trying to project or predict the future and just being present and being like, this is good right now. Do I need to like try and understand where it's going? No, it's fine right now. It's good as it is. Like I'm having fun.
Yeah, definitely. But also, it's what do you want to get from life? You know, it's about what's your preference. Because I know for me, family it is important. You know, it's like I would like to think that it's not, but I would like to have a
You want to have kids?
a decent family, to have kids. Because I come from dysfunctional family, so I'd like to have a normal family. You know, and try it for myself. Because it's easy to say, you know, because I come from dysfunctional, it will never work, or like, you know, like.
What do you mean by dysfunctional? How is your family dysfunctional?
No, my father was my parents are divorced, but father is still around, but he was never there, so it's like my father is a loser, kind of. But he's not an alcoholic. He's just a fun guy.
He's not an alcoholic.
No, he's not. He's just a fun guy who you know, who doesn't like to be bothered. Who likes to take it easy, you know.
So hold on, your mum left him or he left her? Sorry.
No, I think she left him at some point, but it was like back and forth. So it's a lot of drama. Was like when I was growing up, it was a lot of. Now we're all good. We're all like, you know, talking, but I haven't talked to him like for 7 years at some point. You know,
Oh, wow.
I was throwing him out. No, it got pretty messy. He tried to kill me at some point.
He tried to kill you. I like how you're laughing about that.
No, he was
And you did this. You did a stabbing motion.
Yeah, with a knife.
He tried to stab you.
At some point, yes, we were like.
You guys were fighting
we were
about.
fight in the kitchen, about something.
Oh, kitchens are the worst place to fight. We
Yeah,
should
yeah.
never fight in the kitchen. Why do we do that?
He was like, "Yeah, I gave you birth, I will finish it." You know, all this bullshit, like Eastern European
Classic.
parents. Yeah, classic.
Jesus. Hold on, but what were you arguing about?
It doesn't matter. At this point, I don't remember. Come on, I was like maybe 14, like, you know. But
Shit.
I was already bigger than him, like physically. So you know, after 14, I was pretty. I'm taller than both of my parents, so they couldn't say me shit after because I was physically stronger than they are. And you know, as a teenager, you don't want to listen to them, and they try to teach you something or like to tell you, and you disagree, so it gets heated.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, no, it was but I don't know if it's like dysfunctional by Western standards, but by Ukrainian standards, it's pretty okay. You know, most of feminist friends I know who are growing up, they had some sort of like troubles or that, so it's pretty much
Pretty standard
situation. It's
Yeah.
not that like it was something out
Like,
of.
oh my god, I had so much trauma.
Oh,
like,
no. I think this is what people do. People like overcomplicate their. Oh, it's because of my. I blame therapy. You know.
Yeah, like therapy's good. We all like.
Up to a
there's-
certain extent, but it shouldn't be like
No,
victimizing yourself that I cannot do this because I had some troubles. No, man, it's like
you take responsibility. Okay, you've got these traumas. Look at them. You know, try to heal, and then be aware of how they've affected you and your relationship with relationship making, or you know, with yourself, and then move on.
at some point, like when I became self-aware, like around 27, something, I realized, okay, I'm a little bit fucked up in some areas, and then I called my mom, and I was like, "Mom, you know, you fucked up apparently." Like I have, like, you know, you fucked up a lot, like big times, you know, because and now I'm like, you know, you didn't provide me like the right education, blah blah blah. And she was like, "What? Like, look, there is education and there is self-education. You already grown up a lot by it. I don't want to hear this bullshit."
Yeah, totally.
And I was
Right.
like, yeah, she's right.
I like your mom.
I guess she has a point there.
Fuck yeah.
And after that, you're like, yeah, whatever. You get these cards, like you don't choose. It's like your physics or your law, like your genetics or anything. And now you need, and like people go through much worse.
Absolutely.
Like, and then to focus on this too much, like now you just forgive everyone. You like, now I'm trying to call my dad, send him some money, like, hey, like,
Yeah, be the person you want to be.
Yeah, like, okay, you fucked up, but it doesn't mean that now we don't need to talk or I should, be somehow like, it's not that.
Doesn't need to be this punishing.
It's not the
drama.
Deep. It's not the deep. Yeah, I get it. Life is hard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I get it, man. It's like, I get it. Like with anyone, like life is tough.
Life is tough. Totally.
Like I don't know how I would react if I were on your position.
I am very privileged and I'm very grateful for my existence. Of course, I've got a bit of a dysfunctional family, for sure. Everyone does. And so, but I actually had a dream recently which gave me like a lot of perspective, because I've been so my dad, I'm not sure, I don't think, maybe I mentioned this with you.
I heard
at Pimp My Jokes,
in your Pimp Your Jokes.
Pimp My Jokes. So like, just for the audience, so this joke writing show that I do, I brought up this whole topic of how I have these two dads. I have my stepfather, who's like the best and so supportive, and then I have my biological father, who has been a really difficult relationship and who unfriended me on Facebook last year. And so it's because that only happened last year. Like, he wasn't really a big topic for me, but since he's unfriended me, it's big. It's like, boom, it's become this big thing that I've been like looking at and processing and feeling sadness about and whatever. But then I had a really good dream. Do you write down your dreams?
No.
No?
Sometimes, but I don't have I have already pretty basic dreams. And I know exactly why, it's like pretty, like I want to drink and then I become thirsty. It's pretty physical, man. I don't have this deeper meaning. Like there was
You're looking for a toilet.
There was an eagle flying, like a red eagle. What does it mean? What does
okay.
red eagle mean? So I don't have this system. I want I'm like saying something in a dream and then I remember that yesterday I was in a conversation and I said conversation.
You're able to piece it together.
So,
my dreams are often, so I went to therapy from quite a young age, from like 16. My mum was like, yeah, see a therapist, Anna. She was studying psychotherapy. And through her studies of psychotherapy, she like sort of educated me a lot on different tools and resources. And so from a young age, she kind of suggested that like dreams are, and also my stepdad kind of encouraged this as well, that dreams are quite a window into your subconscious, and they can be as simple or as complicated with symbolism as you like. And so actually all through my life I've had I get very graphic, intense dreams that are just super layered with symbolism, and I get a lot of insight from them. It was actually because of dreams that I moved to Berlin.
Did you dream about ketamine?
I was just like jumping through the snow, and it was going up my nose, and I was dancing, and everything was colorful.
What kind of dream make you move to Berlin? Now I wonder.
No, they're actually very violent. One was an alien invasion, and one was a domestic violence situation. And these two dreams, what I understood from them were these big signs for me to listen to my gut and not move to Italy, and instead move to Berlin, where I was feeling very inspired and excited by. So anyway, I recently had a dream though. So I keep a journal next to my bed to write down my dreams, because then as soon as I wake up, I'll write it down, still asleep, and then maybe 2 weeks later, I'll look and be like, oh, fuck. And then I get this insight from it. But I had this dream, so what you're talking about of it's all, everything's dysfunctional, everything's, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I had this dream on the beach. I was really upset that my grandparents had adopted a new child. And I was like, they've just given up on my dad. They've just given up on their son, and they've got a new one. And I was super angry in the dream, and I was kicking the sand on the beach and being annoyed. And then I sat down, and in my dream I was like, oh, it didn't work with the first son, doesn't mean they can't try again. And this wave of and it was on the beach and stuff, and I had this wave of understanding of people can have bad family relationships, but it doesn't mean you know, that like, yes, if they give up, they give up, which is a bummer, but like they still deserve, like they can still try and have another good relationship with another son or another
But did they
figure.
do it for real? So they failed with the first time, they decided, let's just try another one? Like, what?
No, it was just in my dream. It doesn't make any sense. My grandparents are all dead.
This sounds like someone with a stoned moments. When you think very deep about something, and like, yes, that's genius, and the next day, like,
but also the reason why, one of the reasons I am happy that I stopped smoking weed was because weed, I still had some very graphic dreams when I smoked weed, but I would remember my dreams a bit less often, and I'd often wake up feeling more hazy than clear on what I've been dreaming about.
yeah, if you smoke every day, that's what happens.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, so like, I don't know. Taking responsibility for your fucked up childhood is,
You know what's the best? The best is like when you smoke a lot of weed, so then you don't have any dreams. So I had it once, and then we went to, actually, it was a friend of mine who was here before. We went to Myanmar on a trip.
That's so random. Okay, I didn't expect you to take it there.
No, but then in Myanmar you cannot get any weed because there were no drugs.
Yeah.
Even in Thailand, we were flying from Bangkok, so in Bangkok we were able to get weed.
Yes, definitely, right?
But in Myanmar there were no weed, so we didn't have any weed. So you cut your weed 30 days, weed spree, like voluntarily, let's say, and then instead you start drinking a lot, like booze, because there is alcohol, so you get drunk every night, and then because you stop smoking weed, dreams come back,
Yes.
and also alcohol accelerates them now a lot, so your dreams are very vivid. Very,
Yes.
like you have
All the time.
yeah,
Without
like you
alcohol,
have,
without
like,
weed, yes.
yeah, like you have all the time, but then you like really you wake up like, oh, what the fuck, what just happened? So yeah,
Yeah.
guys, if you really want to trip without doing drugs, so this is, I mean, you need to stop doing drugs.
What you do is you stop doing drugs and you sleep, and then
And then you get hammered. So this is the way to.
although I don't drink anymore, and I've been having great dreams. I just killed a bug.
No, I don't like me and weed and alcohol. Like I'd like to quit, but I'd like to drink sometimes. You know, I'd like to allow myself to smoke a joint sometimes.
Yeah, my issue is that like I am constantly in the environments where I can. So it just creates too much of a conversation in my head. If I do it sometimes, then I'm always there's always a joint and there's always beer and there's always wine.
Definitely. You don't want to do this, but also sometimes you just want, it's nice to smoke a joint.
I agree.
Because I feel like it's just even to be, you get burned out pretty quickly if you like into this sober state of working, or like doing something productive, and then you like get yourself into this situation where like and then you just smoke a joint, and apparently it's nice. You just relax, and it's like gives you this like perspective. Okay, to like don't get into this spiraling of one thing or another. So.
I agree with you. I'm just going now, and I've missed it a little bit. And recently, a few people have given me like weed edibles, and so I'm a big fan of it. Like I don't like smoking anything because if I start smoking, then I'll smoke everything. But like edibles, lovely. Like
when I was staying in New York in this Airbnb and I was staying with some like older liberal US, this stereotypical. Not hippies, but very left-wing kind of guys, all organic food, all that stuff. And then at some point, I was having breakfast and I had a sugar craving. So I found some jam in a fridge. Forgetting the words.
I found some jam in a fridge.
In a fridge, fridge was a hard one. We got it. We got it. So and then I eat this jam on the bread, and it's not even sweet. And I was like, "What the fuck? These fucking hippies don't even put sugar right now in the jam. Like, why? It's a fucking scam."
Classic.
And then I realized that I'm getting high, like sometime later. And in the beginning, I was like, "Wow, that's weird. Like, I get high by myself." You know, I felt like my body is already can accumulate this. I know how you hear stories when you do acids, and sometimes your body can recreate this feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I need to remember this moment.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, I realized, no, it's fucking jam. There's some like edibles. And like 20 minutes later, I can't walk. It's a lot. It's
How
like
much
very
jam
strong.
did you eat?
Like 2 spoons, but it's still very strong.
Oh,
like
shit.
weed in New York right now, I think in the whole US, it's very strong.
Yeah.
It's like another because also they have this, it's legalized. So
it's
you can
legal, yeah.
buy it everywhere. So they have these laboratories and blah, blah, blah. And then I understand, fuck, the day is ruined. It's like 10 in the morning. This is for my breakfast. I need to cancel all these plans. So luckily I didn't have like any important spots, so I was just, okay, I'm not coming tonight. And then I need to get out, so I went out and it was shitty rain weather. So I was like, I need to go 6 hours to kill somewhere. So I was just went to Wall Street and I was like, do it sign scenes.
So of all, like, stoned of all the places you decided to go, you went to Wall Street, like the
was-
least relaxing
It
place
was
in
a
the world.
straight train from my...
Okay, it was the easiest train.
Yeah, it
ride,
was the
okay.
easiest train where I know it was like...
Yeah, okay.
But after that I slept a lot, but that was a nice,
That's so random.
holiday from God, you know? So it's
Yeah,
like, why would I
yeah.
take this? Like, but actually I was like already burned out.
Yeah.
And it was 7 days just hustling for sports and trying to do, and it's just like gets you. You're very tired.
Yeah. Did you speak to the people that you were staying with about it? Like,
I told them later, yeah. And
what did they say?
Oh, yeah, we have it. Yeah, how much? Yeah, this guy was a very nice guy, but he was all, I'm not into weed. I don't smoke that much. But he always had edibles. He had weed. He had always like gummies. But I said, well, yeah, I took it with my father. I don't like these edibles. How about you finish? You can finish it. I was like,
Really?
I'm not the junkie, man. I'm not like.
You're like, no.
No, I tried them once, but it's like because you also I'm there for like with agenda.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like I cannot be stoned every day, even though the weed is good and stuff. But like I just can't do it.
No.
So, but weed is really good in New York. Oh.
Yeah, I've decided two things. I'm gonna probably grow some mushrooms. I'm gonna get a grow kit, and then I'm also gonna, because it's so healthy. Like in terms of a drug, mushrooms are, and I think they
mushrooms
do
are-
make you smarter. I think they do make you like more connected.
I mean, for a while,
I think like
you feel smarter.
in moderation, right? I think it does connect with sort of empathy and like the, like all living beings. I think mushrooms are a good drug. And then also I want to start baking or making some edibles or finding edibles, but like I would like to be able to eat a biscuit on a day that I take off and be able to like sit in the park and enjoy that.
No,
and,
it's nice.
it's
You
very
can do it
healthy.
yourself. It's really easy. Just buy 2 grams of weed and you can. I know people do butter, but I was just frying it in olive oil
Yeah.
or in a. Yes, best I think it's coconut oil.
Yes.
But I don't think it's like it makes that much difference to be honest.
Okay.
So you just stir it on a small fire for like 20 minutes until it becomes a little bit burned. Then you like get rid of the burned buds.
Yeah.
And then this liquid, it's ready. It's like 40 minutes. It smells a lot. So it's like if you
Okay.
want less smell from your neighbors, probably you should do butter. But butter is like you put it in the fridge overnight. There is
It's
more complex process, but it's
I prefer the coconut oil anyway.
coconut oil. It's very easy. It's like 20 minutes. You have it like 2 grams of weed in it, and then put it in a mixture of brownie or whatever you want. Like,
Okay, this is exactly. I'm gonna bake, baby. I'm gonna bake. I'm super excited.
That's nice. Yes, edibles are nice.
I really like, because there's nothing wrong. Like the thing is, it's the smoking. An edible. It's like it's got a very different effect.
But
on
then
you.
it can fuck you up. And edibles is like longer trip. I like
It is
like
longer.
joints because if you want to smoke, I know it. Like I will be stoned for 1 hour,
Yeah.
more or less. Then I probably will get hungry or something. Then
Yeah.
I go to sleep. So it doesn't. But edibles is like you do it. You go to the park. Now I don't
Yes.
have a lot of these days, where I
Yeah.
can like relax for the whole.
Oh, I can't. But it would be like, for me, it'd be more like it's a commitment to the relaxing. Do you know what I mean? Like if I have the edible, then it'll be like, all right, let's go to the park, eat the edible, and then I know for the next like 4 hours I am
Yeah.
chilling.
It's
It's like a mandatory holiday.
It's like you take acid. Tap.
Yes,
Then
exactly.
whatever plans you have, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter exactly. Like
There is no way out. It's like you're forced to do nothing, or you're forced
Exactly.
to do this trip, and it's if you want to enjoy it or not.
exactly.
No, but mushrooms are good. I think in Berlin there are not many mushrooms. At least like it's harder to find, from my experience. Because acid, like it's nice, but it's like long. It's like 12 hours. You need to commit a lot, and then it's like the calm down is longer. So you really need to commit 2 days if you want to have a nice acid trip. But mushrooms, you can commit 1 day. You can have 5-hour trip and then come
or
down.
even just a few hours. Yeah. It's not that
No,
hard.
mushrooms are fun. Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And people microdose on mushrooms. I heard it's really nice.
Yeah. I used to do it
I
quite a
tried
bit.
to microdose on acid, but I didn't. You're still high, For me, microdosing is like maybe it wasn't that microdosing.
Okay, I've microdosed, mostly I've microdosed on acid. Like in my 20s, I did like that took too much. Not too much, but just like it was very overwhelming. Whereas in my 30s, every time I've taken acid, it's been like I don't take more. Like a quarter for me is a lot.
Yeah, no, quarter can be a lot.
A quarter can be a lot. So
If
for
it's
me, it'd be like maximum an eighth, and then it's
But
like.
even eighth is not microdose enough.
Well, it depends.
I have bad news because I also was taking eighth and you're like quite high.
Oh, you're that high, yeah. That's not
On eighth,
micro.
and then
yeah.
you cannot really work because once I'm high, I'm like, I want to get more high, you know. Why am I a little bit high? Why am I a little like, you know, because yeah, I think it's coming from Eastern Europe. It does to you. We do for the destination. Everything is for the to get fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Okay.
don't enjoy alcohol. We don't have the drinking culture. It's like about destination, not a journey.
It's about getting drunk.
I think it's the
not
same
about...
culture like in Finland, in Nordic countries.
Yeah,
it's about
yeah.
getting hammered. With drugs, it's got betting the most high you can get out of it. If
Okay.
it's just, you know, like the German people sometimes take a bit of MDMA, just, you know, just
a little
to feel
bit.
the buzz. It's like always, no, man, you don't.
Get fucking high. Just get fucking high.
Yeah, you need to have it until you're like fucking sweaty and angry and your skull is going like this and you're like,
You need to look bad.
and people like look at you, what the fuck was this guy? And until you're in that condition, it doesn't count. I'm sorry.
You haven't taken drugs unless you've humiliated yourself in public.
Yeah, like no, I have some drug stories from. Now I don't do that much. It's like you grow up out of it sometimes.
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
in Berlin. Like first 2 years, it's fun, but then what are we doing guys?
Yeah, I know. I never like I've never been a person who wants to consume like that. Like I'm way more about just accentuating the good things and feeling it and like enjoying the ride. As I'm like way more German than that. Like I don't want to get fucked up. I want to be in control, but like enjoying the sort of in control. But like I want to be just in control.
It's quite fun to lose control.
A little bit. I like occasionally I like to lose control. Just be like, wow, that was a like last night. I'd had a good show. I had a decent show, and this guy that I'm seeing, we met up, and you know, I'd had like this week. I don't drink anymore, no drugs or anything. But like I did like a little bit of coke and a little bit of keta on Friday after my show, but then just went straight home. I was like had some nice chats and then went home. And then last night after my show, you know, super healthy week, and I cut us up some like, I didn't think that was that chunky, but like ended up being a bit of a chunky line of keta, and like we went to a bar, and by the time we got to the bar, it was like, holy shit, I am so fucking high, and the bar was so overwhelming. Like it's a bar that I know, like Feuermelde, fucking metal music, lots of people, but it was just like, oh, like I was rimming the K-hole. Like it was like I was really, it was way more high than I thought I was gonna be. And I was having a great time.
No, yeah, it's always you always want to get there. It's like you think you want to be bit, but then when you're there, but like it's hard to know. But now if I party, I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't. If I dedicate my night to go out to the club, I exactly know the diet, the prescriptions, the dosage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're growing up. You know what you need. You know,
I know what
to
I
get
need.
to that perfect high, which you and I know how to get there, and then it's fine. While I'm there, it's like you have fun for 1 hour, then you go home. Like it's
1 hour?
like maybe more, like you know, but actually, yeah, if you do ketamine, it doesn't last that long, right?
No, it doesn't last that long. It's
Exactly.
like it's like an hour experience. if
Yeah,
you want it to
then
be.
you can continue or not.
And
No, ketamine is nice. I like ketamine because
I like it because then it's done. Like
yeah,
there's no hangover. There's
from
no...
whatever state you are,
Yeah.
you always get. Ketamine is like smoking weed. It's like whatever state you are when you smoke weed, you're stoned.
Yes.
And ketamine is the same. Whatever state you are, if you do ketamine, you're like high on ketamine, and
Yeah.
it brings you back to this familiar state. You always get there, you know. So it's this guarantee, which is appealing. It's like this proof that you always have a good time.
Yes.
On ketamine, it's always
Always.
this. Even with a shitty ketamine, you know, like it still gives.
I don't know about shit. I've only had shitty ketamine in Australia. In Berlin, it's always been good.
Yeah, it's always yeah. I know. Now when I travel, I don't even do drugs anywhere else. Even in the US, like weed was good, but like I tried coke. It's not.
Really, I heard that coke in the US is better than coke here because
Not
it's a
anymore.
shorter distance to travel.
No, not anymore. Now there is like Albanian mafias. I was listening to podcasts about it. Now there is a best drugs come to Europe because there is like Albanian mafia. Took of them because in the US they like mix it a lot. Everyone wants to make money, so they mix it with fentanyl and all this stuff. At least, I mean, my coke in New York was from a street, so it's not a good indicator.
Yeah, okay.
For the street quality, it was decent.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's better than taxi in Berlin. but still it wasn't groundbreaking. Basically,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Europe
yeah.
you can get now in Berlin you can get
You can get good Coke.
very good. And
You can get very good Coke in Berlin, I feel like.
yeah, no,
When people are like, oh, the Coke in Berlin, I'm like, dude, the Coke in Berlin's good. Like,
it's very good. No, if you don't get it from a taxi, you need to know like a guy. But otherwise,
Yeah, if you've got an actual dealer, yeah.
otherwise, I used to have a good dealer in Berlin, our
Mm-hmm.
friend of ours, but then he got to jail.
That always happens.
Actually, both. No, they were very professional, very nice guys, and he would be this guy. But then, and you know how they got him?
How?
By his flatmate. So his flatmate was in some like search warrant for him, and he was spotted somewhere in Munich. So he was kind of like some criminal.
Okay.
And then they raided the apartment looking for another guy.
Fuck.
And then my friend had like 1 kilo of drugs going. He wanted to go to a festival or something. It was a summer season, and then they busted him. And in the end, they put him like for half a year to like prison in Berlin. And he spent there half a year.
Where was he from? Was he Italian?
No, he was like German Romanian.
German Romanian.
So it's like these German people who live in Romania for some reason. I don't know what's the story behind that, but he was speaking
yes, I've heard about these.
Italian. He was speaking German, Russian. He was actually quite talented.
Drug dealer.
Yeah, as far as it gets, you know. No, he was not good. We even hung out, but then yeah, he got for half a year to jail. Learned German. He actually got, you know, it benefited him a lot. And then, yeah, they got
Made some good connections, I'm
yeah,
sure.
they got him on probation. So basically, he didn't go to jail for 1 kilo of drugs. So welcome to Germany.
That's great.
I think he paid like a couple of €1,000 for a lawyer. But then they banned him from living in Germany. No, from coming to Friedrichshain particularly. So if
He's not allowed to come to Friedrichshain.
yeah, he's not allowed to hang out at Friedrichshain specifically, and then he cannot like leave. Yes, there are some restrictions, but the funny one is that he cannot just be in Friedrichshain. So if they catch him in Friedrichshain, he goes back to jail. But he can be in other parts of
He
Berlin.
can be in Kreuzberg,
yeah,
he
yeah.
can be in Neukölln.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. That is the funniest restriction. Friedrichshain is definitely, I don't know, I feel like Neukölln's also very druggy. Like, I probably take most of my drugs in...
No,
Neukölln.
they can mostly like house parties and everything. But most of the clubs are in Friedrichshain. That's
Most of the big clubs are in Friedrichshain for sure. That is all of the personal drug dealers that I've known have all ended up in jail.
No, they all do eventually because they get too comfortable. I feel. Because at some point it's like, man, you cannot be too open. You need to be still smart about it. So it's like they get to kind of feel like if you want to do it, it's like you need to do it like 2 years, 3 years, make money and out.
And then stop.
Yeah, because otherwise, what's the end game?
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Become like a
Yeah,
better
because
drug
I
dealer and
know-
a bigger one? No.
I know my weed guy was very, very professional. He was studying in Amsterdam to learn how to do it. He was there like.
Well, it's almost like a legit business.
No,
in Europe.
it
like,
is.
In other places it is.
He was very good. You come to him, you get the best product, blah blah blah. But then at some point, like everyone knew where he lives, and at some point you come there. Every time there is like a strange new mix of people, like clients, friends of friends. So it was like an experience. You go
that's
there, you
cool.
hang out with like some.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
So we smoke a joint, you like have a small talk. At some point he was okay, what do you want, man? He puts you like the CDs, like a jazz or some music. Like
CDs.
not CDs, but like vinyl. I don't know how to
vinyl, fuck yeah.
Vinyl, yeah, and like plays no was very nice, but at some point it was like it's a lot of traffic. You comes there and like man, someone will rat you out. It cannot be like this. Like everyone knows where you
Live, where you do business.
yeah, neighbors know it's not like you think that it's not obvious, but you open the doors, there is a Swede.
Of course.
And at some point, I think he got in a bit trouble because he stopped replying to texts, and at some point he was like, okay, no,
I'm out.
Yeah, don't write here, like blah blah blah. So I still. So yeah, but yeah, once you know the good guys, it's like it's like profession for some people. You know? People who take it seriously, then you get it. Like
I've got a decent dealer, but like just the recent like I had really good stuff, and then the last delivery I got, the Coke was definitely cut with speed, and it's the first time I've noticed it, and I'm like, that's not that's not okay. Like it was really good, and now it's like and it's the first time I'm like, fuck. Am I gonna have to find a new dealer?
But even it also depends on the batch because I think even the same.
You reckon? Okay, so you give him the benefit of the doubt.
So yeah, the same guys they get it from different batches. So it's like if you even have the same dealer, he has his own sources differently, right? So it's what he gets. It's not about. I mean, it depends on what level. But
I'll try it once more. We'll see.
No,
And
it's
then if
important.
it doesn't improve, then I'll be changing
Yeah,
deal.
you need to know a guy once you're at a certain age. And
Yeah.
I feel like you
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't do like shitty, like unquality drugs. Why would you?
No, exactly.
Like I don't
I'm-
want to see any plate and speed in my life.
I do not want
If
to
I see line of speed on a fucking the white plate, it's like for me this is like rock bottom. If I
Absolutely.
once again in this apartment, it usually looks like this.
It
But
looks
it's
exactly like
more
this.
like messy, and there is some food and sand.
And let's be honest, there's usually 2 plates.
Yes, there are like a lot of places, and then like people and you're like, I don't want to be there. Like,
I don't want to be there.
like guys, no, without me, like. And I feel like no, a lot, but like I think once you're in Berlin long enough, all these people they move out at some point. They understand.
You reckon they move out?
Yeah, I lost a lot of drug friends. They just disappear from your life at some point.
I stopped contacting them. The dirty drug friends that that are just bad news, I have like intentionally disconnected from.
Yeah, no, but also I feel like I also since I also started doing comedy, so I just don't have time for this. But also, yeah, you don't seek for it, and then some people leave. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
not good.
The natural ecosystem of Berlin, flushing out the
Yeah,
waste.
but I don't know. Well, yesterday we went to party. It's the same. I don't know. These people come from somewhere, you know. Like it's like this. There is a new generation of junkies hanging out parties.
yeah.
I don't know. They have their Berlin experience, and I feel that makes sense. You know.
Yeah. I still like going out. I think I want to reduce it. I've been going out maybe once a week, like partying a bit once a week. But yeah, now I want to. Oh, it's almost time for the show.
Was it the show? Nice.
Yes.
Nice,
We're recording at the Wall Comedy Club today, back at the Wall, and got the after party comedy happening at 5:30 p.m. But yeah, do you want to talk anything? We've talked drugs, which is good. We talked families. Do we want to talk anything sexual? Is there anything in the sexual realm that you would want to talk about?
Me, not. I don't know what. I think Harrison was already said. You know.
Have you encountered any like really weird kinks? Because I heard recently that someone had an eyeball fetish where they liked their eyeballs being licked.
Eyeballs being licked?
Have you heard of that before?
No, I don't have any weird fetishes, and I don't know anyone with a weird fetish.
Don't know anyone with a weird fetish?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Why do you need it? Like I think if it's
Why do you need it?
No, if it's sex is good by itself. It's enough. You have boobs, you have ass, you have like traditional body parts.
Traditional body parts.
It's enough, to get me aroused and get me go. Like
Fair
I don't
enough.
need like to lick my, my armpits, and I don't want anyone.
No armpit fetish for you.
No, maybe a bit of foot fetish, but it's not.
Interesting. So you all the things normal, and then you're like maybe a bit of
No,
foot.
but food is also normal. I feel like it doesn't come across as weird anymore. It's like, but it's not like fetish. It's
Food
like
is normal?
I can do it, but it's not that like
So
I would
you like
rather
to like lick feet? You like to suck toes? What do you like to do?
No, maybe like
Like a foot,
jerk
a
off
foot
between
job? A foot job.
Foot job. Yeah. Foot job would be foot. Why not?
A foot job? Yeah, I've given a foot
A
job.
good foot job. It's
Yeah.
it's something new,
I'm not sure if I've given a foot job to completion though. Like I think I've done a foot job and then like
just
it
rub
moves into something else.
your penis against the foot.
I rub
And
my
it's-
penis against the foot.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. This is how you do it, and you're done. You don't need to do it for a long time. Then you move
Then
to
you
it.
move to a hole.
Move to just to something normal. You don't need to just once you're on a way, you can make a pause, and pay some attention to food, or
To the feet. Okay.
to feet, or to anything else.
Have you been asked to do anything particularly weird in your sex career?
No, not really.
Really?
No, but what is it? I was asked to be fucked in the ass with a strap on, but I always said no to it.
You said no. There's no judgment if you took it. It's
no judgment,
homo.
but it's always. I don't think girls are serious about it. Girls always I would like to do it, but do you?
I did it. I finally did it.
You did
I
it?
did it. Yeah. It's been on my list to do for. It was on my list to do for quite a while.
Whom did you fuck?
A guy in Australia.
In Australia,
Shout
of course.
out to you know who in Australia. He may or may not be listening. Yeah. It was a fun date. You keep reaching for your beer. Do you want to drink your friend's beer?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot that. Yeah. I hope that it will get full.
Yeah,
magically.
you keep checking your
And
beer.
now,
that's
and now
empty.
it got actually full magically. So
Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that. See what happened?
teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. But yeah, he and I had a really playful, fun date.
Until you put a strap on.
No, it was like
it's happening.
we were both like, let's do stuff we've never done before. And I was like, well, I've never fucked someone up the ass before. Yeah. And Foster was just coming in at the perfect time. And I was like, yeah, I've never fucked anyone up the ass before. I've never pegged anyone. And he was like, well, tonight can be the night. And I was like, all right. And then he was like, well, what should I do? Like, what should we do for my thing? And I was like, I don't know. So anyway, what his thing ended up being was I sucked his dick whilst I peed on the toilet. He'd never done that before.
So it was your idea or his idea?
I don't know
because
how.
I think you are the one who like enjoying yourself, right?
I don't know. I was just peeing.
That's like random. Like it doesn't really.
I think we were fucking around, and then I was
you
like,
wanted just to go to a toilet, but the dick was so good. Like
yeah. I was like, I need to pee. He's like, well, how about you have me in your mouth while you pee? And I was like, sure, if you want to do that. And so we like go to the bathroom and I sit down, and then I was like, when do you want me to start peeing? And he's like, I don't know. I couldn't. And then we joked about him peeing in my mouth, but that we didn't do that. But then later he pulled out the strap on. He's like, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we did all, like, we tried all. It was very hard to do it. It was not easy.
No, but this is because man asshole is very, very important part of the body. And like, I feel like very few women know how to act with it or how to deal with it, because if you do it right, it's the most enjoyable thing in the world, and that's why gay people so like sex.
That is such an interesting way of saying
no
that.
But it is because
anal is amazing.
But also for men it's even better
prostate.
Because men, prostate is in the asshole, and then if you like stimulate it correctly, that's very nice. I had once skillful girlfriend who could do it, and then it was like the best.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just awkward. I think that for the girls, it's the same. You need to really take it with care.
Yeah, you need to. The asshole's a very sensitive space. Yeah.
Unless you don't have this experience, I feel like I wouldn't trust my asshole just anyone. I would need to be very confident. You would need to show your skill before in different areas.
Yes.
So okay, she knows what she's doing.
Well, you got to start with a bit of rimming, I think. You need to put the mouth there. You need to play around a little bit with your hands. Be gentle. Short fingernails are important. A lot of lube is important. But yeah, the positioning for the strap-on was a bit tricky. So it was like we started like missionary, where he was lying down and he had his legs up, because I wanted to fuck him. I feel like
like this, dude, like yoga pose, like fucking
he's
like sheep,
like
How's he do that?
like missionary. I'm the dude and I'm fucking him and he's lying down.
And where's his penis? On his belly?
His penis is on his belly, and I'm fucking him here, and I'm on top of him.
Okay, but nuts are not, balls are not.
No, that moves up. Well, that's why he has to put the knees up, right?
That's very feminine.
Exactly. I was like, I want to fuck you in the most vulnerable position ever. But it was really hard. The maneuver, like the angle, getting the strap on him was really hard.
I understand. You can relate to men and
yes.
empathize with men.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Not that easy.
It's not that easy. And so then I was like, all right, get up. You need to on your knees on the bed. I'll be on the edge of the bed and I'll fuck you from behind. Got in for a little bit, didn't last long, and then eventually he was like, look, you lie down and I'll ride you. And I was like, what, I'm going to be like the floor and this is the plug-in penis? And he was like, yeah. And so I was the floor and he sat on me and he rode me, and that's how we ended it.
Nice.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it, or he enjoyed it?
He enjoyed it, yes. And then there was like penis play as well. But yeah, it was fun. But we need to wrap the podcast up, so we're going to wrap it up there.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
So you still haven't had sex with a strap-on penis?
No.
Okay. Right.
No. Maybe one day. I'm not. I'm open for opportunities. Whatever comes.
Whatever comes.
Whatever. If someone is listening after this podcast, let's see what happens.
You're married. All right. Where can people find you?
Dima Watermelon.
Dima Watermelon.
Yeah, on all social media. So just together, right together. It's Instagram. So yeah, just. Yeah, if you want to hear more about anything.
Anything.
I can talk about anything, guys.
Yeah, so, and probably a good focus on Ukraine at the moment still.
Not anymore. People over it. Like
people are over it.
Yeah, no, but I get it. Like it's like too much. So you need to breathe it like in interesting way, because we were doing this like from Ukraine with Love show, and then you can feel like with every month it's
energy.
harder and harder to market it, and
Yeah.
like less and less people come, and then you just at some point people don't want. It's been a new cycle for 1 year. It's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
For most
yeah,
people,
yeah.
I mean, it's still like people still care. It's just people want to switch on something else. They don't
Yeah.
want to hear it every day. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, like support Ukraine guys. Just donate to our army. We'll fuck Russia
Yes.
with a strap on.
With a strap on. Fuck Russia with a strap on. That's the name of the podcast episode. Amazing. All right. That's been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. AF Barros everywhere. Thank you so much, guys. See you in Edinburgh, although I'll be doing podcast episodes before then. Thanks so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.